A big problem with crime seems to center on the DAs not being willing to prosecute cases. What will you do to make sure apprehended criminals get their due punishment?
Okay. I don't know who wrote that question, but I disagree. Our district attorney, Jeff Swain, is a great guy, great district attorney, and he's very tough on crime. But I do have a problem with actually prosecuting the bad guys. Folks, back in April, we had a deputy who had his gun taken, and he was almost shot and killed by a suspect. You never heard about that because he was never arrested and he was never charged with a crime. The sheriff made a decision not to arrest him and not to ever charge him with a crime. I can't tell you why, but there's a relationship there between that family and Russ Alfier. And that's the truth. I found out about it. I looked into the matter. I tried to do an open record request with the Parker County Sheriff's Office. They denied me. I went to our district attorney, Jeff Swain. He investigated it, and he said, "This is bad." That's the quote he had for me. He forced the Sheriff's Office to do an investigation. And back in November, we received 2 indictments from a Parker County grand jury. That's a tough district attorney. And thank God that he was willing to force the Sheriff's Office to do an actual criminal investigation. Now this person will be held accountable for that crime. But there's a kicker. That person was allowed to do a, quote, walkthrough, end quote, in Palo Pinto County. The man never had to put handcuffs on and never spent an hour in jail for attempting to kill one of your law enforcement officers. It kept him off the blotter in Parker County. Folks, that's absolutely wrong.
Russ, same question.
Well, the first part of the actual question, I agree. Jeff Swain is a great district attorney. I've known him for 27 years. The entire time I've been here, I officed up there when I was with the Texas Rangers, and he's very, very good. We have a separation. Our job as law enforcement is to give the district attorney a good product, to give him a prosecutable case. And that's what we do at the Sheriff's Office. We give them good products. To answer this other story, there was an incident. It was one of those 3 incidences that we don't talk about. Remember, one of them was suicide, one of them was sexual assault, one was the other one? That was the other one. Yes, his facts are a little wrong. The gun was never removed from its holster. There was a discharge. We don't know who discharged the weapon. We don't know if it was the deputy or the other guy. He was taken, well, I'm not going to tell you about the case, because their right to privacy in that case outweighs ours. What did happen, it was thoroughly investigated. He went to where he needed to go at the time. And no, there was no need to even think about putting anything on the table. The family, I know a lot of families in this county. Never give me a dime. The family, not one. So if there's any, I'm a supporter of them, no, it's no. So
I never said that. I never said there was support.
You said there's a relationship.
Yes.
So anybody I know in this county, there's a relationship. So I didn't know them. I know who it is, yes. So, yes. But was that the reason? No. Whatever you're insinuating is inaccurate. So, and I kind of resent that. So, but either way.
Okay. This is from the Parker County grand jury. This person did then and there intentionally or knowingly threaten this deputy with imminent bodily injury, namely by pointing a firearm at him, and did then and there use or exhibit a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, during the course of the commission of the said offense. The defendant knew that the deputy was then and there a public servant, namely a peace officer for Parker County, Texas. And the grand jury, aforesaid upon their oath, presents this indictment on this person. What it says here is that this suspect took a firearm from a Parker County deputy and fired at him. This is from a Parker County grand jury. These are the citizens of Parker County who heard evidence from the actual deputy who was almost killed. So when you say you don't know who pulled the trigger, the people of Parker County disagree with you. This grand jury disagrees with you.
I can see the charging instrument, that might be what it says, but no, that is inaccurate. And if you had access to the entire report, you would know that.
I'm looking at the indictment from the grand jury.
And if you had access to the entire report, you would know the answer to that.
Okay, so we are going to our final